is a reading, and I'm not gonna. I don't have anybody in the audience. The reason why I decided to do it as a live is only because the person lives in England, and I was supposed to do it a few hours ago, but I wasn't feeling great. Um, and I guess I was lazy. I was feeding the dogs, then we had to eat, and I'm just a bad procrastinator. But just so you know, the person I'm reading, I was meditating on your energy yesterday. I was meditating today before we went to the movies, and then after we came back from the movies. So I have a lot of notes. But let me just start off this reading with my prayers, okay? Please, dear God, Jesus, allow Archangel Michael to protect me, my home, my family, and anyone who views my videos. Anyone out there who's viewing my videos right now. Number 2, please, dear God, bless me, my family, my home, my car. Oh, sometimes I'm in my car. And anyone who views my videos. I know that sounds similar. I do things in threes sometimes. It's a way of my brain connecting with my spirit, and I don't know. It's just the way I do it. I drown my soul in the blood of Jesus and protection of God and all the archangels. So I get the protection of God, Jesus, and all the archangels. Let me just fix something. If anybody's out there, if you can hear me, is my music too loud? Because I have my old school Jason Stevenson pineal gland opening music. Okay, anyhow, let me know, please, if my music is too loud, if you can hear me. There's 2 people in the chat. Let me know. Colleen, yes, you can hear me. Welcome in, Colleen. Thank you for coming. Okay, I'm almost finished with my prayers. Okay, so I drown my soul in the blood of Jesus and protection of God and all the archangels. Okay. This reading is protected in God's light and love. No mischievous energies are allowed here. In Jesus' name, amen. This reading is protected in God's, hello, Chiro, is protected in God's light and love. No mischievous energies are allowed in here. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm open and receptive to receiving any messages of my spirit guides, of God, of course, and also the spirit guides of Sharon, the person I'm reading for. Okay, I think I read everything. Yes, I think I did. Yes. Okay. So I was going to do this how I usually do it, which is reading my notes first and addressing some questions. But I decided, or Spirit decided, they said, turn it around. And I was like, turn it around? I'm a Virgo. I don't like to turn it around. I like to do it in my structured order, in a mixed up way that doesn't make sense to other people maybe, but makes sense to me, like an absent-minded professor. But however, they said turn it around. So instead of doing my notes first, and this reading is for a Libra. The person is a Libra. Their destiny number is 1. The year that they are in are a 1, and I am going to explain everything later on that. But first I'm going to shuffle some cards, and because my spirit guides and your spirit guides are telling me to do it that way. Okay, so I can't light any Palo Santo because Devin gets really filled up with the smoke. So trust and believe I have my candles that I could still light. So let's light the first one, Mother Mary. The process of having everything, even though you can't see it, is important to me. Oh, this goes over there. Okay. Okay. Here's the second candle. And I don't know if anybody out there, or maybe Sharon, is experiencing this, but I feel just in the last 15 minutes, I feel like somebody's punching me in the stomach and maybe squeezing my intestines, going like that. Okay. I didn't have that all day. I was eating popcorn, candy, Chinese food. I didn't have that all day, but I was having it in the last few minutes. Like somebody's going pop, like pop to my belly, and then wind. Pop and a wind. Okay? I know that's crazy, but crazy things happen to me every day. Okay. So the first thing, I'm kicking it old school with you. This is how I used to do things for reading. Okay. I start with my crystal cards. Okay. And again, this reading is for Sharon across the pond in England. Okay. And Sharon's been a very good friend, a very good sub of mine for many years. Okay. So I thank you for your support all these years, and for watching my videos and sharing my videos, or liking my videos, giving me comments, and also on TikTok as well. So thank you so much, Sharon. Being part of the Mystic Brady Bunch, it really warms my heart, and I do sincerely appreciate it. So we're going to see what the angels and spirit guides want for Sharon. And this is an hour reading, and so what I do is I friggin' take my time. So I hope you don't mind, and you could always watch it back. If you didn't understand something I said, you can always rewatch it. But that's why I love doing half-hour readings, hour readings, because I can take my freaking time, and that makes me happy. Because sometimes messages come in and I'm very long in the tooth, and that, for those of you who are young, long in the tooth means I like to talk a lot. So, and I never get to the point too quickly, so hopefully you don't have to catch a plane. All right, so give us 2 cards, crystal cards for Sharon. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, dear God. Ancestors as well. I was tapping into something. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm going to say it because they're telling me to say it. They're telling me to spit it out. Because I was sitting with it for a lot of hours. Did it happen before we went to the movies? Yeah, before we went to the movies, a little bit last night, and then a lot of today. I kept seeing a black dog. Now, I don't have a black dog. Well, yeah, Snoopy's black and white. Okay. But this is a big dog, and I'm wondering if you had this dog when you were a kid, or maybe you have a dog now. But it's a black dog, and it kept coming to me when I was saying your name. I write down your name. Whoever I'm trying to read, I write their name down. Any kind of name they have that they told me about, I write it down in my book. And I keep everything confidential. I don't need to use anybody's last name, but I do need their first name at least, okay? And their birthday. So I saw this black dog, and I asked, what is the message for Sharon? And the dog just was showing me like being loving and like being there for you or being there with you. And I a little bit think that the dog passed away, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know if this is a childhood dog, a dog you had when you were a kid, or a dog that you had maybe still now. So that's one thing. Okay. I had to get it out. And it's nothing bad, it's a good thing. It's just like another angel watching over you. Okay, so the two stones that I got is Amazonite, which is beautiful, gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's very messy now. But I have to keep it up because I was getting, like when I channel, I get hot flashes and I feel totally hot. And I had to change my clothes already. I have the same shirt on, but I had to change my undershirt and my pants. Okay, because I get completely heated up with somebody's energy. So, I got this one too. So I'm going to read to you what they mean. This one is there's a lot of electromagnetic energy in the air caused by various things, microwaves, cell phones. This stone acts as a filter for that pollution. It opens up the throat and the heart chakras and allows you to see and speak your truth without the static of everyday life drawing at you, drawing you out. Okay. So it's a beautiful stone and it is green. And if you can't get your hands on that stone, just start wearing white. White. Why did I say white? Start wearing green or maybe green jewelry. But sometimes you can get your hands on it. You can walk into a crystal store and get your hands on that type of stone. Because it's saying that you're absorbing a lot of energy that is not good for you. Okay? And I hear that. I know that. The next stone, that's very beautiful too. Okay. So this one is called stromatolite. Stromatolite. I don't really use these cards that often anymore. Back in the day, I did. Okay. This ancient stone reaches deep down and activates your root chakra. Stromalite is one of the Earth's oldest stones and holds the power to fulfill your goals. Used with your daily meditation, it helps you reach back and reconnect with Mother Earth. Okay, so as you can see, it's like brownish, reddish. Okay, so your two chakras that they're telling me that you had to see and that you have to align are the heart chakra, a little bit with the throat chakra, that's expressing yourself, that's telling people how you feel, telling people what you need, telling people what you want, okay? And the heart chakra is also like taking a chance at love, taking a chance at friendship, taking a chance on going after your dreams again, or maybe even changing jobs. We're gonna see when I do the cards, but I felt the shift with the jobs. But like you might be in a state where you're feeling not as courageous as you want to, and these stones are telling you take care of your root chakra. Your red root chakra is the chakra of feeling safe, of feeling like I have enough money to pay my bills, to keep a roof over my head, to pay for food, to pay for clothes, to pay for anything that I need to take care of my needs, my red root needs. Okay? Red root chakra is also your back, your spine. Okay? And this one I told you is more of the heart chakra, a little bit of the throat chakra they mentioned too. Okay, so those two would be helpful. That's just to start it out. I wonder if I can, yeah, I better do this soon. And I'm just going to shuffle for a second. Let me just think about that energy. And this person that I'm doing the reading for, she's a Libra. So she's an air sign. So I'm also, and I'm looking at my book, and I write out like, I actually write out like Libra, 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 because I'm trying to get into that energy. you're in a number one year, Sharon, which is your destiny number, is like when you add up your whole birthday, you get 28 and then you get 1. You reduce 28 to 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 plus 0 is 1. Being a number one personality and number one destiny number means that you will be at your best if you're in your own business, if you work for yourself, okay? If you can get at financially stable to do that or take the chance in doing that. Okay, I'm seeing an orb and I thought it was a bug or something from the candle. Oh my gosh. Somebody is here. Usually they don't come this fast. Is somebody here for Sharon? Her ancestors or her loved ones, spirit guides? Let us know some messages for Sharon. And I am open and receptive to receive. It was a perfect, oh my gosh, it's right here. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a perfectly round circle, and it's like bluish, grayish, bluish, whitish. And I could see it like from the side of my eye, and then it goes to this side. I know that sounds nuts. I never saw it like this before. I usually would see it like, let me see if I take off my glasses. Yeah, I don't see it as much when I take my glasses off. But I like seeing it. So I'm open and receptive to receiving any messages for Sharon from heaven, from her loved ones, from her spirit guides, from her ancestors. Thank you, dear God. Messages. The first deck I'm using is this one. Okay. I don't know the name of it. Don't know the name really of any of my decks. I just know that this deck is for love. It's very generalized. I like to tap in a little bit more before I use that. And then usually I only really take they just said, why didn't you listen to us? I said take 2. They said take 2 because we have a lot of decks, different decks to do. Okay. So I took 2, and when I asked, what does Sharon need to know? What are her angels? What are her spirit guides? What are her people? Everybody has a team up there. And, like we would see them with the naked eye, but we're scared to see them. Even I'm scared sometimes. Like, I don't want to see that all the time. So I told God when I was a little kid, when I was a little girl, I said, I don't want to see anything scary. And I really didn't want to feel anything scary. So he would just let me see orbs when something big was going to happen, whether it was impactful or scary, or going to be different, like life-changing in my life when I was a little kid, a little girl. Everybody would be talking, and I wouldn't hear. All of a sudden, it was like their voices were turned off, and people were doing stuff, and nothing was happening except I could see coming in from the window millions of orbs, and I would think it was like dust. And I would tell my sisters, do you see that? Look at all the dust coming in. It's like it's coming around us, and they would be like, you're nuts. They didn't see it. Okay, but I saw it different times in my life, even when I was a teacher in Staten Island, New York, and I was working with this. She was a high school student, and it was Valentine's Day, and she was giving out gummy bears, and she gave me some, and her name was Louise. And then all of a sudden, all the kids were like laughing and talking, and she was talking to me too. And around her was the light, everything stopped. I couldn't hear anything. And in the windows, these big, you know, huge windows that they have in the public school system, old 100-year-old buildings. the windows probably were like 10 feet or more, bigger. And then all of a sudden, that it looks like little white circles, like I just saw for you, coming in, millions of them. And Louise, I looked at Louise and she was talking to me and I didn't know what she was saying. And it was like she must have seen how I looked at her. And other teacher, there was another teacher in the room. Somebody else came in the room and they were talking and I couldn't understand what they were saying. Maybe even the principal came in. And I was like, what am I having a stroke? But I was like, I remember this feeling because I also felt a warmness. P.S. The next day, I think it was the next day or 2 days later, Louise was getting on a bus and a drunk driver killed her. She was only 17. And it was so devastating. But I guess God was trying to show me, was trying to let me know that this was going to happen. But she was engulfed with light. I did go to her wake. I don't know if the coffin was open or closed. I couldn't drive there. My ex-husband at the time didn't understand why I would want to go to it. I was like, and I should have had him drive me, but he didn't even want to drive me. So I parked my car in Pathmark parking lot and I called a cab. And thank God I did, because there was hundreds of people there. And I wrote the mother a big long letter. She did call me because I wanted to say how her daughter was in school and how great she was. And I don't know if I mentioned the orbs and all that stuff. But she did contact me, but I'm sure I freaked her out as well. But anyhow, I just wanted to let you know of that. Hi, Maria. Yes, it was very unique. It has happened to me a couple times in my life. Okay, so it's kind of like your guides are warning you, but you don't know what to do with it. Okay, so what I got for you, Sharon, is, sorry about that little detour, but it does have to do with you. Okay, so, oh, all right, that ended, but I think that's okay. All right, so we have a release and surrender, and then a change in direction. So they specifically wanted me to pick 2 cards. So this is the first one, a beautiful angel. And this is the second one. I hope I could read it, because my eyes are not great. Okay, so release and surrender. Let's take a cleansing breath. And one more time. Fill up your lungs and let it out. Okay, so release and surrender. We shower you with blessings, Sharon, of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly, gripped with your hands. Open your hands, arms, and heart. Our love and assistance. Okay, so just like this angel, they want you to receive their love and assistance. They want you to surrender, release, like we breathed in and released it out. Okay? They want you to ask them. I always tell everybody in the Mystic Brady Bunch and on TikTok, Katrina Brady 77, a little bit less there. My forte is more with the Mystic Brady Bunch, but I always tell everybody, write down on a piece of paper in your journal, I have a million of them, or even a sticky note or index cards, whatever it is. Write down exactly what you want to receive, what you want to get at, okay? Because once you have it in your mind, that's one thing, that's step one. and visualize it happening. You hear it. Use your senses. See it, hear it, feel it, smell it. Okay, what would it smell like? Um, and then write it down. That's such a tactile, like a lot of people write it in their phone, but writing it down on a piece of paper, there's a body mind connection with the fine motor skills connecting to the brain. You can't do that with a phone. Can't do that with typing. Can't do that with a laptop. So write it down on a piece of paper. I don't care if your handwriting's terrible. Just write it down. I have crayons and I write with my crayons sometimes. Okay. And because we have to feed our inner child, we have to, in order to get at what we really want to do in our life. I don't care if you're 85, I'm 62. I still do childish things. I still do my art in a childish way. Okay. Because I'm called to feel, to do it that way. Okay. And it feels good to do it that way. All right. Um, so they're trying to tell you that they're showering you with their radiant love. They want you to open up your arms. I don't know if you could see me. Open up your arms, open up, stretch out your legs, stand up and look up at the sky and feel God's energy listening to you, and just put it in the angels and God's hands. Right? Say, this is my problems, this is what I want, this is what I need. Please help me. And go up, push it up. Okay? That's what they're telling you. They're ready to take that burden off of you, Sharon. Okay. The next one is a change in direction. And one of your questions was about your career. If you're going back to your job, if you're going to start a new business. Okay, so we have a change in direction, definitely, okay? The changes that you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart and to love our guidance. And you are protected now and in the future. So that's a beautiful thing, because, and I haven't used these cards in a while, even though they're purple and I love them with angels. Okay, I haven't. But when I go over to my thing of cards, I say, which card should I pick? God, which cards should I pick? And sometimes he tells me, nah, just sit down with your notes. Don't worry about the cards. Don't get wrapped up in the cards. Okay. But this time he wanted me to pick certain ones, and I have a lot of decks over here. Okay. Just like he wanted me to pick the crystals, to let you know about the crystals that you needed. Okay. So let me read that again because I just confused myself. Okay. Okay. So the changes you experience are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future. So follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. And that's why they're showing you, a lot of stuff about a baby being born, stalk. All right. So a lot of things. Where do babies come from? No, they don't come from your body. They come from heaven. They come from God saying, okay, this person will be. I'm going to let this person go through all the craziness of life to get here on earth. I want these two people. I'm not saying you're having a baby because I think you're past that time, but whenever you get this card, it means new beginnings are coming for you, okay? If you allow it, all right? They just told me put these away, so now I will. And tomorrow I will Palo Santo all these cards, because I can't do it now because Devin is having breathing problems. So, if I do it during the day, he doesn't mind, but at night it stays in the walls, and the bedroom is right behind me. Right past this wall is the bedroom, our bedroom. So And then I said, should I go in my car? He goes, if you want to, but I won't go out there now because it's creepy out there. It's scary. Okay. Anyhow, so we have our candles, so we're doing good. All right. Now, what deck did you want me to do next? Okay, they want me to do the Angel Tarot. These were from a very good friend. Her name is Kim Magical. She's also a reader, but she hasn't been doing many readings lately. Um, she's been going through a lot of changes, but she gave me these years ago, and they're really beautiful. They're tarot, but they're angels. Okay, so let me just shuffle for a moment. 1 second. Angels and spirit guides, dear God and divine, what does Sharon need to know? Please let us know. What does Sharon need to know? Oh, I just heard a good old-fashioned Celtic cross, which is 8 to 10 cards. All right. A lot of them are jumping out, but it's just like they're bending. I'm not the greatest shuffler. I do it like this. I don't know how to do a bridge and all that jazz. I mean, I learned how to do that years ago when I used to play cards, but I just, that's not my style. I just go like this. Put the energy and the questions in my mind onto the cards, and that's it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know where she got these. I never saw them again. Where do you see the pictures? Those pictures are absolutely beautiful. Dear God, angels. Okay. Okay. I know I don't usually do so many cards, but they said a good old-fashioned Celtic cross. I don't even do Celtic crosses anymore. Back in the day, in the 90s, when I was first learning how to do tarot, that's how I learned it. And trust me, it used to give me migraines because being a Virgo, I was like, okay, I had all these notebooks with what every card meant, and I tried to teach myself 1 card or 2 cards a day and put the notes down. And then who has the time to read the notes? You have babies at home and you go into college for your master's degree at the same time. And it was like, ooh, and I would always get big headband migraine. And why? Spirit guides once told me, stop thinking about what the book says, and I would have a little cheat sheet and little cards with answers. And some people, I've seen some readers write the meaning on the back of the card. And I wouldn't want to ruin these cards like that. Maybe an old-fashioned deck, but I don't need that anymore because they told me when you have the card, look at the meaning, tell the person the meaning or whatever you know, and then feel it and say, what else do I need to know? What else do I need to know? And it could sound like it's from left, you know, from out there, the abyss, but somehow it makes sense for me. When I started reading the cards like that, tarot, because before I started out as palmistry, a palmist, crystals actually, I would set up crystals and say, if you could pick only 2, which 2 would it be? And then I would tell them what it meant, what the colors meant. I was doing colorology even back then, chakras. But anyhow, I never liked doing tarot because of the headaches. And then my spirit guide told me, why do you do this to yourself? And I said, oh, just throw them out? No, don't do it. Everybody wanted it. Everyone wanted tarot. They didn't want to do palmistry. They thought tarot was the greatest thing. So they they told me, and I just learned this recently in the 50s, in my 50s. They said, just touch the card and say what we give you and what you feel. And that's it. It's the end of the story. I mean, I know what cups mean. I know what pentacles mean. I know what the swords mean. I know what the wands mean. All that jazz. I know what the meaning is because I'm a Virgo. So, of course, I know I have that information. Anyhow, I am so sorry for being so talkative. And let's get started, okay? I know, that's the teacher in me. I always feel like I got to teach everybody what I'm doing. And the Spirit says, don't teach them what you're doing, just do it. Okay. Spirit must be from New York. Okay. They're like, don't be a wise guy. Okay. But you know, I am a wise guy, so I have to be a wise guy. All right. So, Six of Swords is the first card coming for you. Wait till you see how beautiful it is. Isn't that beautiful? Hi, Purple Roses. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, so the Six of Swords, how I read the Six of Swords is this is how you are feeling, Sharon. You are feeling like you have several things against you, six, for example, and it is coming. You are getting a resolution. See, the name of the card is resolution, which is why I like these cards too, because it gives you a little bit of an answer. Okay. But what I'm getting with this card representing you is feeling, sometimes you feel like you don't have the answer. Sometimes you feel like I got, like that song, I got 99 problems, but a bitch isn't one. Is that it? Okay. But anyhow, yeah, sometimes you feel like I got all these problems. I don't know how to get out of them. How am I going to get resolutions for them? But it is starting to unwind. It is starting to become evident. And you will have a resolution to any issues that are facing you. Okay? But remember, see these strong wings? You have these strong, beautiful purple wings that are going to help you because you're a Libra, right? Libras are strong and independent, and they will get through your worry warts. You could be a worry wart just worse than a Virgo, okay? But talk yourself into more positive talk. Talk yourself into, like my mother was a Libra, right? I love Libras. Libras are wonderful people, but they can go on the negative side too and worry. But she saw that I worried. Even as a little kid, I would worry about the bills, if she was going to have enough money. And she would go into her bedroom and like lock us out, put the little lock on. And I said, let me stay in there with you. Let me help you. And she was like, no, you don't worry about these things because you're a little kid. You're not supposed to worry about these things. I'm an adult, so I will take care of it. You're not to worry. Because she saw that I was like trying to help her, I was too worried. Okay, let's put it that way. So take it from my mother, who was the best person I know, and she would say, all that worrying is not going to do you any good. It doesn't solve your problems. So just take it one day at a time and write down, like I said, in your journal on a piece of paper and reach out. Libras sometimes have trouble for reaching out because they think, I'm supposed to be strong. I'm supposed to hold this all with these purple wings. But no, those purple wings are supposed to open up, like the other cards told you. You're supposed to open up and release and accept the help from your spirit guides, from God. They're trying to take your problems from you and help you. Okay, is one of the things you're worried about a lover? Look at how beautiful these cards are. Lovers. Okay, look at that. All right. So by this coming up, this is Angels of Commitment, the lover card. Um, so we had Six of Swords. I forgot to tell you, swords represent the air sign, and you are an air sign. You're a Libra. Also, Gemini and Aquarius are the other air signs. So you're definitely, wondering, how am I going to fix these six issues that I'm wondering about, worried about? And God is saying, stop worrying about it. Have faith that we are here to help you. Okay, and you are never alone. We are always watching over you, just like that black dog that I've been seeing all the day and yesterday too. When I started my meditation yesterday. Um, okay, so we got the Lovers card. Today might already be. Let me see. Echo, what time is it?
It's 12:41 a.m.
Okay. So in England, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, if I remember correctly, because I was in England twice. My mother's mother, my grandmother, was born in England and came to New York when she was 3. Okay, so anyhow, the Lover's card coming up, Angel of Commitment. You're wondering about someone that you care about or that you have a friendship with, and they're wondering about you too. Okay, so in a way, and I'll get more into that because I have notes that deal with that question. But this card coming up is one of the things that you're dealing with as one of the swords on your wings. Okay. And I feel good about it. I just feel like now is the time to ask that person, do you want to take another step with me, or do you want to just remain friends? Because if you do, if so facto, I know I'm using that incorrectly, but I just felt like being cheeky. If you do want to, you know, be just friends with me, I'll be friends with you, but I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna put the old girl out there, but you're a young girl. I'm gonna put myself out there, in other words. But I feel this person does want to have a commitment with you or have more than a friendship with you. Um, but they kind of go back and forth. And if they're a Libra too, like you, I'll tell you the best couples in astrology are Libra and Libra, not Virgo and Virgo. That's a disaster. Okay, that was me and my ex-husband. But Libra and Libra are one of the few couples, and Aquarius too. They understand each other. Gemini and Gemini, there would be 4 people or more, okay, in the mix. But anyhow, Libra and Libra, I have several friends. My best friend on Staten Island, one of my best friends in Staten Island that I went to high school with, and she was in both my weddings. She her second marriage was to a Libra. First one, I forget what he was. I forget what her first husband was. Well, that's gonna bother me. But anyhow, her second husband was a Libra just like her. She was born October 2nd. He was born October 3rd. So come on. And they're just like very, very similar. I'm not saying they don't argue, but they're just very like the same. Okay, it's a good match. But the thing is, I feel like there's a somebody not saying their feelings. Both of you aren't. Both of you aren't like dealing with it. Push yourself to say, listen, I think we've been friends long enough to know whether you want to take the next step or you just want to remain status quo. We can remain status quo, but I'm going to put the old girl out there. I'm going to be going to the pubs. I'm going to be going, doing fun things with friends, just pushing myself because everybody wants to make a connection. Everybody wants a significant other to have fun with, to go to Michael Jackson movie with, to go to Mary Poppins show, to go to restaurants, just to hang out with and enjoy life. Okay? Anyhow, you have to discuss it. Isn't that beautiful? These two angels, angels of love. So it says angels of commitment. So, all right. Okay, now we have the Queen of Wands, which is another area that you're wondering about, which is creativity. And these are so gorgeous. I collaged a lot of these cards once, a few years back, but it all got bought. And I did this one, and I also did this one, and it came out so beautiful. I was so attracted to this card. Okay, so this is creativity. Now, creativity, Queen of Wands, she knows who she is, she knows what she wants, she knows her power. And it's like you're stepping into that. What they just said touch the other card first. I wasn't finished with this card. Sorry. Okay, I got to take this one. What else did you want to tell me? I am getting an M name. I know you did tell me an M name, but I'm also hearing Matthew, so I don't know if that's his middle name. I know what the first name is. I'm not going to say it, but I do hear something about Matthew. So you'll have to let me know if you want, if that makes any sense to you. It just made me pick it back up again. I was like, do I need to pick this one up? No, I did that one. But this one, they didn't want me to do this one until I said more about this. Anything else, spirit guides, for Sharon? Uh, um, do you not, did you not, like, do you feel like he put you in the friend zone, or did you put him in the friend zone because you were scared? Like, who's the person that you know for like more than 4 or 5 years, or 4 or 5 years total? Is this the same person? Because I feel like there's another person too that might be looking at you, you're looking at them. Okay, if he's a Libra, okay, Libras can be, you know it because you're a Libra too. Libras can be indecisive, but when it comes to love in their heart, they might want to take a step to to solidify it with you, but they're scared too, just like you are. And they're like, maybe she doesn't like me that way. Or maybe, there's other situations. Maybe he wants to stay in his apartment or his house and you want to stay in yours. That's okay. So one weekend you sleep at his house or apartment, not the next weekend he'll come to yours. Like you can go back and forth. Um, it's like this Helen me get to know each other again. You might think you know each other, but get to know each other on a different level, which is a lovers. Okay, I know that looked creepy. That I creeped myself out. When I said that, I looked at myself and I felt creepy. Okay. It's just there's nothing creepy about it. It's just getting to know him as a lover, and that would be taking the next step. But don't be afraid to discuss it, to put it out there that, hey, do you want to take the next step? If not, that's cool. I still want to be good friends with you, but I do want to find my significant other, and I am going to, try to date. Whatever the kids say nowadays. I'm old, so, it was going out or dating. I don't know what the kids say now. Anyway, getting back to creativity, this is about you standing up, being the Queen of Wands, which is very sure of themselves It represents the fire signs Leo, Sag, and Aries, and just knowing what you want to do creative wise, creativity with some kind of gift and talent that God gave you, and not saying taking away the no, because what I'm hearing is Katrina in the past she knew what she wanted to do, but she told herself, no, I don't have enough money. No, I can't do that right now. No, that's not practical. And so God and your guides are saying, don't say no to something that feels good for you doing. Like I might make a whole bunch, like I didn't even get to show you guys all the supplies I bought at Hobby Lobby. And I might buy, make a whole bunch of more canvases, collages, and no one might buy them, okay? Or somebody might buy one. I still have canvases from 2022 and 2023 up there. And then, of course, 2024 and 2025. But anyhow, um, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm doing something that I wanted to do. I'm doing a business, even if nobody buys. It's like taking that chance, being the fool. The fool card will come up. The Wheel of Fortune card will come up when you're trying to start a business. But using that creative talent that you have, and if you don't know what it is, taking a class or joining a club or um, going to a therapist or doing whatever you can to revisit your childhood, revisit your inner child, ask your inner child, start to meditate more and figure out what it is that you want to do that's very creative. And you might say, oh well, it's not creative at all, it's a business doing this, um, it's real estate or it's Bitcoin or whatever it is. And that is creative because it's something that you've wanted to do. This card doesn't come up if it's not something that's really inside you that you want to do. Okay. Now, oh my gosh, what did I say? Usually the Wheel of Fortune comes up. Wheel of Fortune is coming up to say that you do have the tools. You do have what you need. And you might say, well, I don't have enough money, Katrina. What are you saying? I can't, buy all these supplies. But you could buy a little bit, right? You could get started. You could get started by writing up what you want to do or just trying different things out, okay? The Wheel of Fortune comes up saying that you do have the skills inside and God will provide with the other stuff. Put the people in your way that you need to have to help you, okay? But we do have to pray for it. We do have to ask for help. We do have to say, you know what? I don't know how to solve this problem. Please help me, dear God and spirit guides. Um, that's the angel of destiny. And with the creative card and the lover's card, this is a beautiful combination. This is like having the cups, having your pentacles, having the cups representing enough love and friendship. Um, the book, having study about it, or maybe you still need to research. Maybe you still need are studying or taking. Maybe you need to take a class or get a certification for something. Um, she has the sword in her hand, meaning she's going to fight for it. Wheel of Fortune is no joke. Okay. Are these watercolors? I'm not even sure. I just know it's called the Angel deck. I I do a bad thing with a lot of my boxes and I throw the boxes out. So I just have like the cards and I put a rubber band around them. So most of my cards don't have the box because I'm such a rebel. But if you put into YouTube angel cards, you'll probably see them. But like I said, my friend bought them for me and she had them too, and I loved them. Whenever she would do a reading, and I would say, "Oh my gosh, I love those cards," and she mailed me some. So, because she's a good friend, Kim Magical. Um, Now we have. Okay, let me just. I need to put. I have amethyst on. This is amethyst stone and amethyst thing. And I need, when I'm doing a reading, amethyst is very good for reading. So I need that inside. And this is rose quartz. So that stays outside because that's just for love and healing. Okay, so now we have determination. The Nine of Wands is, it's a really strong card. All these cards are telling me in the Celtic Cross, you're worried about like six things, but you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Lover's card, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is excellent, the Angel of Destiny card. Now you have determination. Look at that. When we have, and I always tell this to Devin, when we have that voice, everybody has it. I have it all the time. I suffer with it all the time, and I have to tell myself, because it is the devil. It is negative energy. It's toxic energy. I'm not trying to scare people by saying the devil, but devil exists, just like God exists, and but God is stronger. When you have let that thought come in your mind, I can't do it, that person's not going to like me like I like them. That you don't know until you ask. You don't know until you put out your cards on the table. This is what I want, this is what I need. And now, what do you say? What do you want and need? You know? Um, but the Nine of Wands is saying that you have a determination now. And now that you have that, what I was trying to get at is when we have a bad thought, like I'll always have a thought like I went to the doctors to get the colonoscopy and they weigh you. And of course, it's never a number that I want to see. So sometimes I don't look at it. But when I went in March, when I had pneumonia, it was really high, and Devin saw that I wasn't eating. I wasn't able to eat. I was coughing. I had a headache constantly. I couldn't breathe. My lungs were closing up. I had it in both lungs, and they thought I had like a one of those blood clots in my head or in my lungs. That's what they were checking for. Anyhow, my weight was really higher than ever. But now when I went to get my colonoscopy, I was 10 pounds down. And am I trying? I'm always trying, but I increased my walking. I went back to walking and really trying to push myself with the walking. Like where I used to walk, like I had no problem walking 45 minutes. And then I was kind of sort of in the gym, but yeah, I got lazy. And then you got to watch your food, especially when you're 5'2", right? But I have Hashimoto's, so no matter what I do, I'm always a big round moon face, and my weight is so high. I'm still morbidly obese, but I still lost 10 pounds, and I haven't lost 10 pounds in probably 5 years. I lost not even 10 pounds 5 years ago, like when I was going to the gym, trying to exercise, doing when I was on diet pills from the thyroid doctor. My point is, I could, till the day I die, which might be soon, who knows? Only God knows, because I'm old, I'm 62. I could let that voice in my head saying you're a fat pig, and you don't deserve to have that snack, and you should be doing this exercise, that exercise, and have a totally gluten-free diet. Yeah, maybe I should have a gluten-free diet, you know, um, or just even try to cut down on pizza or whatever. But those bad thoughts are not going to help me. Why not say, you know what? That's good. I want to be happy that I lost 10 pounds, even though nobody noticed. Devin said, yeah, I thought you looked a little bit, like a little bit thinner. Um, And, but bad thoughts don't get us anywhere except in a deeper hole, right? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody, unless you're Gypsy Rose, um, everybody needs to have like a positive thing that they hit the bad thought out with. Okay, so when that bad thought creeps up, like what a loser, the a fattest one in my family, and I am. I'm the shortest and I'm a fattest. I weigh more than my brother probably. I weigh more than everybody, right? And that didn't get me anywhere because I've been this way for years, right? It didn't get me anywhere. But you know what? I could push it down with, hey, am I diabetic? No. Hey, that's good. Okay. Um, do I have pneumonia this month? No. So that's good. Um, do I have lichen sclerosis? Yeah, I just found that out. But you know what? I'm still alive. So, me and Devin just had great times at the theater, and then we just went to the movies today, and you know, that's what love is about. That's what living is about. Thinking about the happy stuff and not focusing on the bad stuff. Okay? Um, and the sad stuff. I have a million sad stuff that I can think about. But no, you know what? God doesn't want you to focus on that because we can't get forward. We can't move forward with that. All right? Um, so you have the determination to make these changes. And I'm sorry this has taken so long and we've been here for an hour. Wait, over an hour. That's okay. It's all right because God told me to do it this way. Um, Partnership. So with the lover's card, and look at these blue wings, blue lavender wings. The Two of Cups represents love and friendship, harmony, sometimes marriage, okay? Sometimes a ring. I don't have any of my rings on because my fingers swelled up, okay? Well, I had popcorn, so that's my bad. All right. This card coming up, this card coming up, this card, all of these together, I'm going to go ahead and say that there's definitely a chance that you're going to have a partnership with somebody you want to be lovers with, somebody that you want to be more than friends with. Okay? Otherwise, when I shuffled for you, that card wouldn't have come up. And look what we have left. Support. Oh, what is this? Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles represent the earth signs, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And it also represents like working hard when you have like one pentacle, two pentacles, four pentacles. But this is full pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like having it all, having enough, more than enough. Okay? It's a beautiful thing, Ten of Pentacles. And so you will have that support, Sharon. You will have that support that you're dreaming about, that you're thinking about. There was a time in your life where there was so many more people around you, family and friends. People were friendlier, or you feel like they were. Maybe you were going out more. Maybe you were involved with more groups. And then all of a sudden it got quieter and quieter. Maybe with COVID, that changed a lot of people. And it made people like scared. It's time to come out of that shell and start writing a list of things that you want to do. It's almost like me, like I have to write down fun things to do. Otherwise, like if I don't like write, you know, make arrangements to go to a hotel for our anniversary, Devin would be just happy to stay here. But my stepson lives with us, so we are never alone, if you get my drift. Okay. So for our two anniversaries, because we got married twice, we went to the Borough Hall June 30th, 2015, and then we had a regular wedding with friends and family July 17th, 2015. So we celebrate both of them. We don't go to a hotel for both of them. We used to back in the day, but you know, it's hard to get him to want to leave the house. And I have to I have to set it up. So you might have to be the person, Sharon, to set things up, you know, and even, get on the phone with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Um, your significant other, you might have to tell, or the friend that might be more than a friend. Um, it's okay. Nobody wants to do the actual legwork, but somebody has to do it. Otherwise, it won't get done. Somebody has to make the arrangements and get the ball rolling, so to speak. Oh, I'm happy you came here too. Purple Roses, how you doing? Oh, cool. It's always, isn't it always from Colleen I'm talking to? Isn't it always from a grandmother? My mother said that her mother did it, her grandmother did it in England, because her grandmother lived in England. Um, and then her mother moved to Brooklyn and had, her family in Brooklyn. Met my grandfather in Brooklyn. He was from New York, Saugerties, New York. Anyhow, um, they used to do the tea leaves, and she always would say she's going to teach us, the whole family, the tea leaves. But she never taught it, but she read it a few times. But she used to say, I don't want to use it. I could do it, but I don't want to use it. But you're going to do it, Kathleen. You have to do it. I was like, why do I got to do it? She goes, because you're going to be good at it. You're going to do it. So my sister Christine was also good at it too. Um, but the support card coming up is dynamite. Okay, 10 of Pentacles means having the highest amount of support and the highest amount of money, Pentacles. And also, Pentacles represent something creative that you already have in you, okay, that you're going to start utilizing. Okay, then we have the High Priestess. Look how beautiful she is. I should collage this one too. I didn't like her face though. Look at her face. It's all right. It's a little bit strict, right? Like beautiful wings. She's holding the book, but then her face is a little scary. Okay, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just, like for example, her face is nice, peaceful, but her face scares me, like very very strict. Okay, so Angel of Power. This is you feeling, and if you don't feel it yet, it's okay. Let it absorb. Um, you will feel it. You're stepping into it. We have to step into our power, just like I was trying to tell you, like when you have a bad thought about yourself, like, yeah, we could sit around all day and say, oh, well, I'm such a loser. I lost this job. I lost that relationship. I'm divorced, or I never got married, or whatever it is. That's all the devil. The devil wants to make that his playground, but instead replace it with your accomplishments. You know, if I didn't get divorced, I would have never been with Devin, and him too. If he didn't get divorced, he would have never met me. Going through a divorce is really hard. Going through a breakup is really tough, but it's all for a reason, to get you to where God wants you to be. Okay. And another thing I do is, a lot of times when I have those scary thoughts or bad thoughts, or just really down on me, like, um, why are you so obese and blah, blah, blah. Um, I say, please God, help me with those thoughts. Please God, don't let me have those thoughts anymore. And please God, sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with sadness, like I lost my sister Christine last May. I never got over my mother, like you could say, well, you were 19 and now you're 62. Yeah, it's every day you feel it. Okay, and then when I was 26, I lost my father. And it's just like everybody's gone, and it's scary, and I'm so far away from my family, and it's just like you feel like it's an empty hole. I lost my nephew in both two nephews, but in 2020 I lost my nephew that I talk about a lot. But he's my spirit guide. He talks to me almost every day. Like if I say to him, Sean, please guide me on this reading. Sure, Aunt Kathleen. You know, um, I feel him very strongly. Like whereas my sister, um, I haven't really heard. She'll send me a couple little signs, but I haven't heard her deeply. Like I want to hear her voice, like I do my nephews, but I don't yet. And so that's up to God, you know. And but that's how I straighten myself out, you know. And I'm a nut job, so I have a lot of things, you know, that I can go deep into a hole. Plus, I also went to therapy, like in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. This girl was in therapy, so you know I could write the book, right? And I totally feel I was even in talk therapy too. I feel that is very good, you know, for everybody. Okay. So it's little things, but this is a really good card. If I didn't explain it, the Angel of Power means you're stepping in, Sharon. You're stepping in to your power, your Libra power. Okay, Libras are very, like I said before, they're very strong. They want justice, but they get confused on like the little things in life, like what should I have for dinner? What should I order on a menu? The little things that totally confuses them. My mother used to change around the furniture, uh, sometimes once every 2 weeks, and I'd come home staggering in at night because I was a waitress, or sometimes I was just out with the old friends, and I'd come stumbling in, and I'd fall over a couch, and I'd be like, "Ma, you changed around the furniture again?" And she would go, "Sorry." She would be laughing in the bedroom. Sorry. She didn't care that I got home late because I worked as a waitress and I went to college all, you know, all week, and then I worked on the weekends. And she said, after you're done working, you go out. And I was like, nobody wants to go out. You make them go out because otherwise you're not going to have any fun time. And she was right. She was right. Okay. So that's the end of these cards, and I am so sorry. I apologize. 1,000 apologies for making it so long. Angel of Success, the World card, is the last two. I still have to read. I still have questions to read, but that's okay. That's why I like this forum, because I could take my time, and everybody knows I'm a night person. Okay, so getting the World card, Angel of Success. This is really a good hand. This all of these cards that I got in the Celtic Cross for you means you're overcoming a lot of things. This is a new day for you, a new chapter in your story. Okay? Angel of Success. You will have success. Okay? Even just hearing this reading, I know you could feel it. That could be why you wanted the reading, because you feel like something is happening and maybe you're not quite sure what. And then the little thoughts try to get into your mind. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't say what I want because, you know, this or that. It makes up excuses. Shut that down and just say, God, handle it, please. Spirit guides, come in. Okay? And they are all around you, at your service, ready to, they're waiting for Sharon, waiting for you to ask them. Sharon, I think I read you years ago when I went to New York, because I remember you let me know in the beginning of when I first started my channel in 2019. I remember I had this little book and I wrote down, I was doing all free readings, right, back in the day. And I think I remember writing your name down in this book. And I remember I'm not going to stop doing the free readings until I have at least 25 readings down. At least 25. I'm sure I did many more than that. But anyhow, let me know if I'm right about that. Did I once give you a reading? but it was around 2019 or 2020. No, 2020 I didn't go to New York because everything was shut down. But I think it was 2019. You let me know. Okay. King of Swords is the last tarot card for you, and it's decisions, which Libras have trouble with because, well, the big decisions in life you're okay with. It's the small decisions with, like, what are you going to have to eat or what are you going to wear? Okay, so this is just saying you will have several decisions coming, but you're going to handle it. And they just told me something about the fall, but I want to know about the summer. Let me see if I could tap into that. I need, oh yeah, they told me a different deck. I'll, I'll sage these Palo Santo those tomorrow. Okay, let me just shuffle these. Yeah, if you get major headaches, make sure that you're not, like, I had to throw out a lot of decks because they were definitely giving me, remember the Rider Waite deck? And I was like, oh, I'm never going to throw this out. But I threw it out and I was much better because there's so many different tarot cards that you can get that won't give you a headache because you resonate with them. If you don't resonate with cards, certain decks of cards will give you the headache and migraine because it's going against your abilities. It's going against what your body wants and your spirit wants. So that's why we have to be careful what deck. I mean, Ride Awake was very much in style. Everybody had to have a Ride Awake deck. And but I threw mine out when I found another deck, and there's so many decks that, look at this deck. This is a New York deck. There's so many that you can get. This is Manhattan, New York tarot deck. But it doesn't have that many words on it. So I'm not crazy about crazy. I like the pictures really for the pictures because it reminds me of home. But you have to really resonate with the deck. And I have, sorry, I keep on saying deck, and people probably think I'm saying dick. Okay, this is a cute deck. It's not tarot, it's the Kipper. I don't even know what's the name of it. And I found this here in Texas. There was only one little store, it's like a little crystal store that we also, me and Devin, um, joined the art program there. This is years ago. Devin did this with me. He's actually a great artist. He's better than me. Like, he's a regular, like, he can draw any cartoon picture. He can even draw a regular person. Um, Frida Cola. We went into that to we had to do representations of Frida Cola. So I did two collage pieces, and he took a piece of wood and carved in her face. Both of us didn't win, but it was so fun. And in her little store, she had crystals. She used to do readings. I got a reading from her once. I didn't read her. She always said I would do a reading for her, but it never happened. Anyway, it's okay. And I bought this deck. It was the last deck there. Maybe there was one other deck, but I didn't resonate with it. And the reason why I resonate with this deck is it looks like New Orleans. It has this little cute book, and I don't usually read the books, but this one I do. Okay. And there's really cool pictures on it. So I would recommend this if you're not really jiving with tarot decks. You have to know what, cups, pentacles, swords, and what wands, what everything means. Then you have to know, and that's it gets you away from, the meaning. The way I like to read is I have the questions, I write them down in the book, and I write them up here, and then I meditate on it, and then I just do my cards. Now, this is in terms of the love question that you had. I have it right in front of me. So I'm just going to do one more. I think I did speak about it a lot with the tarot cards, but I want to also speak about it on this. Now, these are my love cards. They're just fun love cards, but I'm just going to say your name 3 times in my head. Spirit guides, what do we have to say in terms of love for Sharon? Please and thank you. Did you or anybody else in your family have anything to do with the right side of your head? Like this side of your head. Right over here is getting hot. It's really hot. Actually, I'm sweating. But I always sweat like that when spirit comes in, but my ear just popped and then I feel a little bit of pain on this side. It's just like a warmth. So I'm going to ask what the spirit guides want to tell me. You already had a visitor of an orb. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you. Of course I'll talk to you on behalf of your cousin. Can I do these cards first? Sure. Okay. I was just told to do three love cards. And I think I have a message coming in from your cousin. But let me just do this first, and then I'll concentrate on that because I'm going to need my head, my whole head. Okay, so in terms of love, we have finances and career. And that's so weird because you were asking about that too. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. What does that mean? So that might mean, like, does the person that you want to go out with, are they having financial problems, or are you having financial problems, or maybe both? Okay. But they said just take it as it is. Okay, then we have, all right, so finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so you're going to figure it out though. I feel good because the next card is a wedding. Look at that card. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. I always try to hold it up for a while because somebody told me I can't read it. And some people really do like to see the cards. Like I notice some readers always just put the camera on the cards, but I guess I'm too narcissistic and I like to look into the camera. But I always try to show the cards. So this situation involves marriage. What I did was when I was shuffling for you, I said, what does Sharon need to know in terms of love? And these are love cards, just love. They look a lot like these. These are mostly message. These are like messages from the angels. But these are my love cards. I did these on my son. I gave my son like an hour and a half reading when he was here. It was so nice. Because last time he was here, it was Christmas, and he didn't ask for a reading the last couple of times, but this time I said, don't you want a reading? And he was like, yeah, okay. So release your ex. You have to release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Clear. They just showed me this. Clear, 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 clear. So it might mean cut. Okay. I'm going to shuffle again because I feel like that's leaving me up in the air. Spirit guides for Sharon. What else does she need to know? Please and thank you. What else does she need to know? Definitely wear more pinks and peaches and green and red. Wear more pink, peach, red, and green. More colors. Stay away from black. Stay away from dark blue. Okay, thank you. Okay, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking, we were talking about that before. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I like that. Definitely. You're not going to get it with negative thinking. You have to sit and meditate. When I say meditate, you could put on any kind of music. It doesn't have to be like Jason Stevenson. It could be any type of music that you like. Because when we listen to music, it releases your chakras. It gives you a dopamine release, a serotonin release. You don't even need to take any Jesus juice, but I have mine just in case. You don't need to smoke or do anything, but listen to music. And it does something in your brain that will help align your chakras and also help you to relax and meditate. And then you say a little prayer and ask God to show you and to put you in the direction where you need to be. And then know that it is done. Know that He has taken care of you, never would abandon you, and has watched every hair on your head. He has watched everything that happened to you, is happening to you, and will happen to you. Okay? So you are not, I didn't fart, that's my chair. Like when I go like this, it sounds like I'm farting, but I'm not. Okay? And farting is a natural thing. Okay, so I was getting a message from somebody, and I said, who are you, in my head? And she said, I'm her cousin. So I was like, are you Claire? And she said, yes, ma'am. I don't have to say yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. I just lost my place. Okay, so what do you want to tell me, Claire? Oh boy. Okay. Like about her death, was it a freak accident? Because I was trying to tap into her earlier. Whenever I get a reading, like that's why I always like the questions. And if people have pictures, that's fine. But if you don't, that's fine too. I just, tap in by writing their name down and their birthday and just asking the spirit guides. But I heard Claire, and then I heard it was a freak accident. And I was like, do I need my crime cards? And she's like, you could try. So let me just ask her. Claire, Sharon's cousin, what happened to you? And I'll know if I don't feel hot on it, I won't even share the card. But Claire, what happened to you? Where's the circumstances of your death? Your exit from Earth. She's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the details. Yeah, she goes like this. Let it go off your shoulder like water. It's not important, but I'll turn over one. I don't feel hot on it. I feel that it doesn't feel right. So I'm not going to do that. Because she said, freak accident. So you let me know if you want to. Some people are like, hey, Katrina, it's none of your business. None of your beeswax. And I'm like, okay, I'll release it. But anyhow, I said, do you want to tell me something for your cousin? And she's like, go after your dreams. Tell my cousin to go after her dreams. Time is of the essence. You're still young. Don't act like you're old. You're still young and you have your life in front of you. You can have the business, the dream job, the dream relationship. You can have that. She wants you to spend time, like she goes, like you're saying, Katrina. She wants you to spend time writing, drawing a picture or writing down a couple of things that you want. And then just sitting there looking at the paper. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a beautiful relationship. And where do you go in this relationship? Are you hanging out at your place and you're hanging out at his place? Or, you are going to the beach? Are you going to the hotel? Are you going to the pubs? Are you, like, what are you doing? Are you going to the park feeding the ducks? They showed me that. There's like rose petals. So that shows me that's my guide of love. But Claire, anything else that you want to tell your cousin? Yeah, like unfortunate accident, but don't worry about me. I am in heaven, watching over you, my cousin. Yeah, she said she's going to show you. She has shown you signs. Let's see if I'm going to do my heaven cards now and see what comes up. Let's see if she tells us anything. Is this something about walking or her leg? Something with her leg and like a misstep? Because she's like, Katrina, it was a freak accident. Just forget it. Nobody pushed me. Yeah, because I went to do the crime cards and it was like, no, don't do that. Don't waste any time on that. She's in heaven. She goes, I'm with your people. Your team, we watch over you. Yeah, grandma and grandpa, Nana. Okay. Messages. Sharon. Messages. Please think I'm open and receptive. Thank you. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. Oh, okay. This is beautiful. Okay. My death. So Claire wants you to know. My death was painless. Please don't worry. She goes, it might have looked like it was painful. She goes, Katrina, on the outside it looks like it was painful, but she goes, when you get a needle and you like look the other way so that it doesn't hurt as much. She goes, that's how this was, like, and then it was done. And she goes, I went over very quickly. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. Okay. Tears cleanse the soul. And then she's showing heart. And she's like showing me that she collected your tears when you did cry. But she's like, I don't want her to cry, Katrina, because look at this place. The flowers, Jesus, God, my family, uh, it's like a playground of the senses. I don't want her to be sad because this is total happiness, no pain, no bills. Okay, so letting you know she wants you when you cry, it's okay to cry because it releases the toxins. My mom used to say that. Um, and also, whenever you see a heart, that's her. That's her symbol that she's around you. And then also, she wants you to know she is not dead. She's just watching over you. I just heard she's your spirit guide. So she's the one to talk to. Any other messages for Sharon? I didn't realize this was going to be so long, but it's okay. It's all right. Because that's why I like doing it. Because everybody's sleeping. The dogs are settled in. It's like 1:30 or something. And I'm fine. I forgot that I missed doing the readings because I haven't done like a nighttime reading in a long time. What messages for Sharon? Please and thank you. Open and receptive messages from people in heaven. This one keeps on trying to get out. Oh, that's beautiful. Your loved ones that are in heaven, they want you to know, stop worrying about us. We worry about you. We're watching over you. You don't have to worry about us. We want you to live the happiest life and peaceful life. It can't all be like, being that you're a Libra, they know that you need balance in your life, so they want more fun. They want you to have more fun. Like, so here's the scale: bills, things that you have to do, laundry, clean your house. That's there, and then fun times and frivolous things and building your business. Is not getting as much attention. So they want you to put more energy into that. And it's saying, they said the earth is their school. So when they were on earth, they were learning different lessons they needed to learn. I think this is your grandmother. So I feel like a female energy, but older than your cousin, of course. And she said, I send you loving signs through nature. And look what she sends you. Especially the butterflies. When you see that, that's your grandmother. And different flowers, all of a sudden, if they pop up, you know, they just seem outstanding to you. That's your loved one on the other side, but specifically your grandmother. And I just heard, we're sending you signs, but are you seeing them? Are you understanding it's from us? Okay. There is no such thing as death. Okay. Now, this deck I put aside because I'm going to do the other deck, and then that's it. Another thing I got in meditation and then I have to read the notes. I have the notes that I usually do first, but they told me do it last. So I listen to them when they tell me things. In my meditation, I kept seeing a brown box, and it looks like this. You know, maybe it doesn't have this on it. This is from my stepdaughter for Christmas. But I saw a brown box. Is a brown box that you have important? Because I'm thinking that they left you something in it. What does this say? Lord Jesus is my Lord, and I belong to him. I belong to. Oh no, this is just like, sometimes I have little prayers for, protection. But anyhow, something with they were showing me a brown box, and it could look something like this, and they're showing me that there might be a little ring they wanted you to have. It might have gotten lost, but you're gonna find it. Don't worry, you're gonna find it. They want you to wear it. If it doesn't fit, they want you to get it resized. That was specific. Thank you. Thank you for that message. That was very specific. Oh, how long was it out? Okay. Okay, so now I'm doing the other deck for messages. And this one comes with the book, but I don't need the book either, because it's like self-explanatory. So what messages do we have from heaven for Sharon? Please and thank you, dear God. They keep telling me 3. I don't know if that's a special number to you, 3. That's the number of Trinity, body, connecting body, mind, and spirit. Okay. Changes will bring you new life and energy. We will hold your hand. There are changes happening, Sharon, but you will be nervous because, it's like when we have changes, if we have to move or we have to change a bill or a schedule or a job or starting a new business, of course that's scary, but they're telling you they will be with you and they're going to help you. Oh, sorry. You're from Massachusetts and you understand me? Oh, good. Some people think I talk like I'm from Boston, but most people say, "Oh, are you from Jersey? I thought you were from Jersey." I got that my whole life. But no, I'm from Staten Island, New York. And they're like, "Oh, you sound like you're from Jersey or you're from Brooklyn." That's a whole big thing. But anyhow, Sharon, the angels are saying, changes will come, but we will be there helping you every step of the way. And you ask them, ask Claire to help you, ask your granddad and your grandmom to help you. We can pray to them. Never be afraid to pray to them or even just say hi. Show me a sign. Can you show me that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm going in the right area with my career or the right direction with my love life, or put me in the right direction, and you might not feel it the same day or the same night, but maybe in a couple of days, you'll get some sort of, you'll hear a song on the radio Well, you'll get some sign. All right, here's an example. I go to get my nails done, and I really didn't want to go back to the place where I got them done first time because he was okay, but he didn't know how to do a zebra. But he really treated me nicely with respect. It's just, I thought it was weird that nobody else was there, just another man. And they did my pedicure and my manicure at the same time. I don't like that. Nobody likes that. Anyhow, when I called up my old place that I used to like, the girl that I used to have was gone. So I asked for the lady that, owns the place that used to do my zebra really good. And she's like an artist. And she goes, "No, I'm too busy for you. I got a whole thing. I can't see you." And I was like, "Somebody else can?" She goes, "Yeah." And she didn't even take my name. And I said, I told Devin. Devin goes, "I heard, don't go there. Don't go back." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not." So I went back to the guy, and I needed a sign that it was going to be okay because I'm so wacky that way. And when he was doing my powder dip, inside the powder, like he has an actual paintbrush that he has to dip in the powder and put paint on my fingernails, right? And inside the powder, it made the shape of a heart. And I thought I was like just hallucinating, right? And this place, they don't give you anything to drink, right? They give you a soda, but they don't give you wine there. And so I said, "Oh, I'm probably hallucinating." So when he dipped it in again to do the second nail, the powder went into another shape of a heart a second time. So that's the sign of my father. And I said, "Hi, Dad." In my head, I said, "Hi, Dad. You happy that I went here?" And he was just letting me know that it was good, that I was going to get a good manicure, and I got a pedicure too. That was good. So now I know I felt good about this place, and I belong there. I belong to go back there. So go with symbols and signs that you get. Just be open and receptive to receiving them, and you will. You shall. Okay. So spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. This is what your spirit guides, your ancestors, your family in heaven are saying. Spread your wings. This whole reading has been about you, asking for help, letting everybody know what you want and need, what you need and want, okay? And asking for help from God, asking for help from your angels. And look at this. Spread your wings. Spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. And I'm proud of you too. And be proud of yourself. That's what my mother used to always say. You got to be proud of yourself. That's who you got to be. I could be proud of you. Your father could be proud of you. Your family, your teachers could be proud of you. But it won't mean anything unless you're proud of yourself. It's a feeling. It's a certain feeling. And that's why when I have those bad thoughts, like I'm so obese, I got this disease, I got Hashimoto's, now I have a sclerosis, and I have, and then I say to myself, but look what I have. I have a beautiful, loving man that loves me deeply, and I have a beautiful house. And it might be sloppy, I need to clean it more, but it's still a beautiful house. I have a pool that I can't wait to fix and open it up, okay? And there's so many things I can go outside and walk. I feel so free when I go outside and I walk. I still have a career, I can go to. Haven't been going to it lately because I have doctor's appointments, but that's okay too. And, so fill in the bad things, the sad things with the good things that you're proud of for yourself. I'm proud of myself for moving 14 times. I don't want to move again. Okay. I'm proud of myself for going to school, getting my degree by 21, and then going back and getting my master's. It took me 13 years. Okay. But I did it because I had two young kids at home, and I worked so many jobs. So you have to think of those things that you're proud of yourself for. You have to force yourself, because otherwise, if you have empty spaces in your thought process, the empty spaces will be filled in with negative or toxic stuff or little evil stuff. And it's called stinking thinking. We got to be in charge of it. That's what I tell Devin when he wants to get angry when he's driving. I said, you can't get angry at every single friggin' car. Okay. Sometimes you have to be oblivious to it. Oh, well, that's a bad driver. This one's a bad driver. They don't know how to drive in Texas. Okay. Every time you do that, here's your heart. There's a string that breaks. Negative energy. There's a string with toxic feelings. There's a string with anger that really hurts your heart. So, like I try, and he does listen to the chakra stuff. He does. He like wears green a lot. He even had a pink shirt on the other day that I bought him. It was like pink and blue, I think. But anyhow, you have to do the affirmations. You have to tell yourself good things. So, let it go. Maybe somebody had a bad day and they're not driving so good in their car. Just be encouraged that you want to go from point A through H without any problems. That's how I roll. I don't curse at everybody that's driving because I'm not in their head. I'm not in their car. I'm just trying to survive in my own car. But okay, so sorry about that. All right, so we care about you and we want you to take care of yourself. This is Sharon, for Sharon. We care about you and we want you to take care of yourself more. And they're showing you little ducks. Let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. So also know the symbol of ducks are from your family in heaven. When I say family, could it be your grandmother? Could it be your granddad? Yeah. Could it be your cousin? Yeah. But we just did your cousin before. She's always going to show you a heart and maybe a bird, a white bird. But basically, we have ancestors that we never met that are up in heaven watching over us. When I used to get a lot of readings I would get, like where they were channeling me, they were always telling me about my grandfather that had like an army uniform on. So it could be my grandfather that was born in Saugerties, New York. But the color of the uniform was like a different generation. So the psychic that's no longer here with us, he told me that it could be your ancestors that you never met. And I said, well, why are they watching over me? Why can't I just talk to my mother, my father, my nephew, my two nephews, actually? And he said, no, it doesn't work that way. Whoever comes up, he goes, I just see this grandfather figure, great grandfather, that's always around you. And he just is, he knows you, like they know you inside and out. They, you don't know them. Maybe you saw a picture of them, maybe. Um, but it's just like, it'll all make sense when we go up to heaven. Okay. We want it to be like a couple of people that we know. And sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just in general. Take it as a good sign, whatever sign comes up. Okay, I'm just going to have a closing of these cards because they're just so great. And the last one of these cards is, your intuition is strong. We are reaching out to help. Yes, Libras are very psychic. My mother used to always have prophetic dreams, and she would tell us about some of them, but sometimes she would just say, I had a very bad dream, or, yeah, weird dream. And then we'd say, Mom, tell us. And she would say, nope, gonna keep it to myself. She was so private, like you had to drag stuff out. I would tell her everything. And I had nightmares dating back to being, 4 years old. And she knew I had the gift and I was sensitive. And she was trying to teach me how to reel it in because it was scary. I didn't want to see people walking around. I didn't want to see it. I don't know how to handle it. I just went to feeling it. I didn't see like great grandmothers or other people like that. I didn't want to see that, but I didn't see, I felt things. I seen orbs. I seen things around people's energy. Okay. And I still do. So your intuition is strong and we are reaching out to help you. See, this is what kind of like the orbs. So maybe you're feeling like, are they trying to talk to me? Somebody's trying to communicate. Definitely Claire. She was the first one to come. She was like, can you tell my cousin this? Can you tell my cousin that? But yeah, I definitely got just freak accident. So you don't have to worry. Okay, now I'm going to read. I'm sorry this is going on so long. Now I'm going to read. I'm going to light a blue candle to clear the air because I can't do the Palo Santo, which makes me sad. This is a nice blue chakra candle. My friend Dee gave it to me. She gave me all the chakra candles, but most of them are gone because I burnt them. But this is very healing. Okay. Just trying to see if I did all your questions. Now I'm going to do a straight read. So I had pastel colors. Pastel colors come up around you, or maybe you need to have more pastel colors on you wearing, or in rooms painting, because they're peaceful and it's going to help you. Pastel colors. Okay, like I said before, like a lime green, peach, pink, and red. They keep telling me red. So a woman, there might be a woman around you. She's bad around you. When I say bad, like she acts like she's going to be there for you. She cares for you. She might be like a friend, but then I see her talking behind your back. I think you already know who it is. And if it doesn't resonate, if anything doesn't resonate, to always take in a reading what resonates and just leave go like this. Leave go what doesn't. If you don't own it, you don't feel like it's 95%, then just let it go. Then it just might not be for you because I'm not God, so I can't do everything exactly 100%. All right. So a woman that is negative around, acts like she's positive around you, but she's actually bad. And may try to hurt you. Don't be scared, okay? Because you have protection all around you. She's not there to help you. In other words, Five of Swords came up. It might be a deliberate conflict out to get you. All right. If you feel this way, try to avoid her. Try to put your boundaries up. If you don't have to talk to her, just don't deal with her if you don't have to. But if you need to stand up to her to let her know you know what she's doing. Okay. Conflict. It's a deliberate conflict that she's trying to cause, like out to get you. Interfering in your relationship type person, inserted herself, blocked you for an opportunity that you're supposed to get secretly, is like when I look at her, I see like a big smile on her face, like, oh, why? Oh, I'll help you, or why did you do, like wanting to get all your information. Then you give it. The second you give it, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have told her that, because you have a strong psychic feeling. You have a strong gut feeling. Always believe that feeling. Okay? It's 99% point 100% correct. Um, So she's going to try to interfere in your relationship. She's going to try to interfere in maybe your job. She blocked you for an opportunity that was meant for you. Don't worry. God will protect you. Just say, God, please help me with this person. Protect me. Put a guide of protection around me. Help me to stand up to her or avoid her. There's two things we could do. We can avoid or we could stand up. Or we could do both. Okay, but I'm just saying, if you have to deal with her, you're going to put your boundaries up and then just be very strong about it. Okay, so she was gathering stuff on you. She feels to me like a narcissist. The moon card came up, which is the card of secrets. Um, it's going to come out. All the secrets are coming out. I feel like in your gut you already know about it, but don't worry. All the secrets are coming out. Something you have been worrying about or wondering about will become very clear. You will have clarification. All Libras will have clarification very soon. Somebody who's trying to sabotage you, it's going to be like you can wash them off, because your spirit guides, you just have to say, spirit guides, like Claire, she's your spirit guide. Please protect me. God, please protect me. Please, dear God, allow Archangel Michael to come protect me. And he will. He will be released and then say, thank you, dear God. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Someone who's scheming and lying and performing negative energy, acts of sabotage, nothing will reach you. You're in a bubble of love and light. Okay. Nothing she did will alter where God, I love this part. Nothing she did or will do will alter where God meant for you to go. I love that. Chef's kiss. I always wanted to say chef's kiss. I know I used it wrong, but just chef's kiss of the reading is nothing anybody did will alter where God wants you to be, because it's your divine right. Okay? Even if you do nothing, but you're going to want to do something, because at least, at the very least, you just want to pray and be prayed up and have your angels about you. Okay? Just visualize that. God and Jesus and your angels about you, and your army of love and justice, holding the scales of justice. I just saw that card. Okay. Okay. Nothing she did will alter where God meant for you to go. When we have our awakening, and you're having your awakening, Sharon, we have to let go of toxic people, toxic family or friends, or exes. Say goodbye to your exes. Okay. And I just wrote down your name a lot of times. I was trying to get into something. You're getting ready to make a move on the life, the new life that you always wanted to have. You have some trouble communicating your feelings or your thoughts. You were the loner. You were the fixer. Okay? Tired of that. Your energy is tired of that. You want somebody to help you and take care of you and be with you. Friendly, friend, and more than a friend. Okay? Libra, you're trying to do everything for everyone. Getting headaches, migraines, even chest pains, like a heaviness on your chest. Okay, so we have to work on the crown chakra and the third eye. So this is white, gold, silver. Third eye is violet or purple, or sometimes indigo. And then chest is green and pink. But the chakras itself, you can pull up affirmations for the chest, the crown chakra, and any of the chakras that I mentioned. But yeah, if you have chest pains, you have to go to the hospital to find out, like if it doesn't go away. If you have headaches and migraines that are never going away, also you have to see your doctor. But they can give us a pill, they can tell us different things, but we have to fix it chakra wise. Okay, you need to go for a walk alone. Then imagine that you're walking with your best friend or your soulmate. As you're walking alone, just enjoy it, absorb the grass, absorb the trees, the flowers, the what have you, right? The water, if you buy water. And then imagine that you're on this walk with your soulmate or your best friend, and absorb it and feel it. Okay, a lot of stuff has to be imagined and then visualized and then brought into affirmations, brought into our life. Smile, take 3 deep breaths. Three. And now smile and picture yourself with your significant other. Okay, you felt hurt and you felt betrayed in the past. That was then and this is now. Or letting go of that. That person wasn't meant to be for you. Okay, a dog is important. I talked about the dog. Somehow the dog is important, somehow it's black. It's also a sign. So if you happen to see a dog walking, somebody's walking a dog and the dog is black, and the dog turns around and looks at you, don't be scared of that. That's beautiful. That's like angel. That's angel level. But anyhow, if you never even see a black dog, it's a dog from the past. Is it the future? No, they're telling me they feel like it was from the past. Or you might see it and it'll be a sign too of good tidings. Okay. I never say that word. Why am I saying that word? Okay. What is this? Mary Poppins? Okay. So take your focus off this person and place it in contentment. I don't really understand it, but I wrote it down. Okay. Moving away and shedding your old skin is a time of rebirth. You're done with settling. It's time to be independent, though, at the same time. Breaking a karmic cycle. I felt that deeply. Okay, so it's like the same and the same generation after generation, and it's time for you to break that karmic cycle. And that takes guts, and you have it. That takes power, you have it too. Okay, take the rose-colored glasses off. Explore your potential. Don't let anything prevent that. Time to make a change to make your life better. I feel like it's a Michael Jackson song. Okay, time to make a change. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. It's time to change your ways. Okay, but this is before I saw the movie, so okay. So time to make a change, time to make your life better. MJ said so too. Don't be afraid to take a risk. That was a big thing. All those things that tell you you can't, you got to replace them with why not? Why not? Why the F not? Okay. I like to curse because it's a release and it's not bad. Okay. So why the frig not? Okay. I made it PG-13. Okay. So don't be afraid to take that risk. Trying to get by with money, being pragmatic. Okay, that's all right, but sometimes you have to take a risk. Survival, a clarity of both people resonating at the same time. Okay. Remember I told you in the beginning of the reading there was like 6 swords that you were worried about, 6 problems, 6 issues. You're going to take care of every one of them. Every one of them. Boom. Okay? But there's a clarity in both relationships, people. You're going to be diamond-eyed at anybody who's trying to work against you, and you're just going to like wash them off your hands. You're going to close the door on them. You're going to close the window. You're going to put a prayer of protection around you, and you're going to stand up to them when you need to. If it's easier for you just to close that door on them, that's fine. Whatever you have to do for your own psyche, that's okay. You know, not everybody has to be spoken to. Like if somebody comes back to you and says, how come you never call me anymore? How come you never want to go out with me anymore? How come you never wanted this or that? You could be very frank instead of giving them excuses like, oh, I'm busy, I'm trying to do my job, I have this, I have that. You could just say, well, you know what? Because the last couple of times that we were together, you just stressed me out and made me feel bad about myself. Do you think you can do it better, or you're going to continue doing that? Because if you're going to continue doing that, why should we do business? We're not going to do business together. Okay. Um, and sometimes that's hard to say. It's always hard to say. I'm not going to say sometimes, that's always hard to say. So sometimes it's easier just to, you know, to not talk to them anymore. But sometimes if they're calling back and they're saying, why, you have to give them a reason, right? And if they still say that's not good enough, then just say, oh, well, I'm sorry, but that's the way it's got to be. Okay. True love doesn't have to be chased. If that person is meant for you and they want the same things, you have to communicate though, because I do hear that you and the other Libra, you both don't know what each other wants. And you're both indecisive. So you need to have a nice conversation. Make the plans for, I'll meet you in the pub and we're going to go to the pub or the restaurant and have a nice dinner or appetizers and drinks and Jesus juice and jiggle your wine and or your soda, whatever you want, and have a talk and see how it goes. But I do get financial blessings coming in, security, feeling more secure, alignment, timing, divine timing. Like everything falling into its place, but not before you lay out what you want, what you need. Love, friendship, stability. I see that all. I feel that all. Okay? It's written down. Somebody you want to have a cup of tea with, or they're saying to you, you want to go have a cup of tea? Okay? And you might say, well, I want coffee. And they say, that's fine. Okay? It's just something to get the ball rolling. Okay. And wait. Okay. Yeah, I did that. Okay, that is done. Now, if there's anybody here still, I'm gonna shuffle one more card. Where's my other deck? Oh, yeah. Okay, before I sign out, I'm going to shuffle these cards. These are beautiful cards. My Jesus cards. Okay. These are gorgeous. I haven't seen anybody with these cards, but I saw them once on, I think, Amazon. And I said, I have to have those. Can I have a closing card? Closing 2 cards from Jesus. Please and thank you. I hope I answered all your questions and then some. Okay. I have, whatsoever you shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. John 16:23. So it's saying if you ask in Jesus' name, he will give it to you. And if you believe it and you feel it, he will give it to you. So if you're like, Jesus, I really need love, I need friendship, could you please help me with that? I really don't know where my relationship is going. Could you help me have clarity on that? In Jesus' name, thank you. Please and thank you. Thank you, Jesus. And then we got, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. It's kind of what we were talking about. Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that you not enter into temptation. Okay, so everything to do with your mind and those thoughts, we all have them. I told you about mine. I call myself fat. I call myself morbidly obese. And why do I have to be, this way? And all these bad things that happen. And, why does my mother have to be gone all these years? And then my father, and, all the stuff that happened with him and my nephews. And it goes on from that. It spirals. And then you're not looking at anything good that you have. And you stop it. You just say, stop. Please, dear God, protect me. Please help me to see the beautiful things. Please take away the fear and the want. Just put in my heart what divinely needs to be mine. This is not like a preacher show. Guys, I love you. I hope that some of the things. Hi, Taurus girl. Hi, I'm just signing off because I've been on for 2 hours and 18 minutes doing a reading. But I hope everybody's okay with that. I'm just going to try to drink some wine and mellow out. I'm going to probably watch Touched by an Angel and chill out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I still have to do the Taurus read. So I didn't do my Taurus read yet. This was for Libra. This was a paid reading. So I love you all and happy birthday, Taurus. It was Taurus Girl's birthday on May 9th, right? Happy birthday. I hope you had a nice birthday cake. Oh my God. Oh, you're very welcome. I decided to make it alive because I felt like I was so late that you would get it faster if I made it alive. But I think I answered all your questions. I think I did. I love you guys, and I hope everybody has a good night, but it's probably daytime in England. Yes, she had her birthday, and I am going to do Taurus, but I didn't start my notes yet. I didn't start my notes because a lot of stuff has been going on, but I will. I love you guys, and I will probably see you tomorrow after a good pipe and a rest. No, I don't smoke pipes. That's something Curious George would say. After a good pipe and a good meal and a good pipe and a good sleep, then you wake up the next. I don't know. Nobody knows what I'm talking about because now I'm like crazy in my mind. So I gotta like close up my third eye. You don't see it open, but it's opened. And I'm gonna spend time with Sharon's spirit guides. But I'm now closing the reading so that the spirit guides could go with Sharon. And Claire was very fun. Um, and she was like, "Don't worry about me. I'm happy in heaven." And grandma and grandpa, they were a little quiet, but they showed up too. But anyhow, I love you guys. And have a nice night. And cheers. Cheers. I like these readings. I'm going to start doing more of them. Cheers. Cabernet Sauvignon. But don't worry, when I wear my amethyst stone, that makes me straight. That keeps me straight. So I'm about to take it off because, your, your Mystic Brady needs to relax and drink her juice. Anyway, guys, I love you. Good night. Namaste.